Quite nice just seeing Jamie Roberts' first scrum, halfway line, up against his old team, up against the guy that used to play in that shirt for Bath. You expect Freddie Burns just to use the big men, Cokanasiga just inside him, Roberts outside, easy gain line.
Well, here he goes, Cokanasiga, left London Irish behind at the end of last season. Irish 2 from 2 in the championship so far. Burns. Rockenden calling for it. It was as flat could be. Any flatter and it would have been forward, but it's working nicely for them, and Underhill motors up to the 22. Mercer poised, instead it's Burns to reload, and a little bit of a juggle from Thomas, but it's still Bath ball. Dunn's beyond Burns, but instead he goes back to Willison, who doesn't quite sort out the kick, but wonderfully taken by Joe Cokanasiga. Back to Roberts, who comes back home and scores. And he celebrates in front of the Bath fans.
Yeah, they want to check it, but I can't see too much wrong with that. Willison just gets lucky with his prod through, that he manages to get a second foot on it. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Yes, Matt, I heard that.
Okay, so we just first of all just check the ricochets to say if there's a knock-on, and then following that, Roy thinks it's come off a Bath shin, and whether the next player to gather it is in an offside position.
Okay, so checking knock-on and then offside.
So has Cokanasiga overrun Willison initially?
The Roy is Roy Maybank, and the voice we're hearing is David Roses, an old friend, TMO today.
So he's behind at the moment. He keeps going. That's all right for me at the moment. That's okay. The pickup's good. Manages to stay on his feet. That's fine. That's a try.
Yeah, agreed, Ben. He sees the space, gets the ricochet, but I think Cokanasiga is still onside at that point. This is a clean pickup for me, no knock on. Does well to get back to his feet. Here it is here. Still onside.
Look at the line. Yeah, that's fine. Willison on the line, Cokanasiga behind it. Try.
Matthew. Yeah, there's no offside and no knock on. Try.
There's a nice combination between Cokanasiga, who had to get down low, Hughes, and you've seen those knocked on, but he got down and he had the wherewithal to find Roberts as well.
It's a tough skill just because the ball's bobbling really horribly for a winger there to run at full power, to check to make sure that he's still onside, to pick it up, get back to his feet, and then find Jamie Roberts. Really good bit of skill.
It's a still day in the southwest corner of London, so just the angle for Freddie Burns to fret about. Not quite. First punch delivered by the visitors, though. They lead 5-0.
All started from that scrum. Hugo was pointing out it might have been Jamie Roberts did it up. It's Cokanasiga who carries into Marcus Smith, carries him with him. Good tackle from the 10, but he's always going to lose the collision. Then they come back after going wide, and they put Underhill through a hole. Harlequins a little bit slow to wrap round, and that's where the little kick through and the opportunity came. So smart play from Bath, targeting areas that they can win collisions.
Can steal it back with Luke Wallace back in the van, having missed the trip to Northampton. Banged his shoulder against Sale. Harlequins looking to draw some pictures of their own in Bath's 22 for the first time. Kerr picked up by Simmons. Good signing, you would have thought. Simmons, surplus to requirement at Wasps. This is Smith, driven on by Earl. Another signing who promises much. Bath are offside. Henry Thomas.
Offside, penalty.
Elia.
Never onside yet, Roy.
That's been nicked by Mercer.
Never onside.
But back we will come. Henry Thomas a couple of steps too far forward.
Where you are, Matt?
Something that
Time off.
We've been noticing, Nick, that a lot of teams are standing offside and getting away with not being behind the back foot. You can see clearly there the whole defensive line in front of their own hindmost foot of the ruck.
Just take your time, guys.
Henry Thomas's problem is apparent.
Yeah, he's on it.
trained with England in the middle of last season. He was part of the squad that got together at the beginning of January. Thomas, short of prop options, but Thomas is one of them. Update, by the way, from Sandy Park, one of the 2-3 o'clock kickoffs. Exeter against Sale. That's where the injury was.
Matt, there's no foul play in that. It was just a head clash with his own player.
Yeah, just looking at this last try here, just the backfield coverage, I think there's got to be better separation between Aaron Morris and Nathan Earl. Aaron's probably got to get across a little bit more. Danny Kerr finds himself on the end, cleaning up that work. Aaron, for me, has got to work a bit harder to get across. That's where the danger is, that's where the space is. I know it's a ricochet, but the threat is most definitely there. Really good identification and a good finish in the end.
Anthony Peronise is coming on. Significant kick this for Marcus Smith. 199 Premiership points. This for 200 plus. On the board for the first time, Quins. And as they have so often already this season, Marcus Smith, the contributor. Quins 3, Bath 5.
Yeah, good set-in penalty kick there for Marcus Smith. We've seen this as a bit of a theme over the opening 2 rounds. These long hanging restarts onto the 22. So important after just scoring points that you exit really well.
Tackle, let it go. And 2 of your players are pinning him. Release. Use it.
Danny Kerr composed and puts the large boulder that is Mark Lambert in the way of the ball and any potential Bath player. Tom Dunn did what he could to get in the way of the flight of the ball, and that is very nicely taken by Earl.
Caught in the air.
Danny Kerr, knowing that those Bath players all had to be within 10 metres away. Mercer in the end hauled him down. This is Tapawai. Broke the initial tackle of Peronise, and now he's on his own. Roberts has scored at one end. Tapawai that close to scoring at the other. Oh, Kerr has got it. Twice the ball did what it could to evade the scrum half's grasp, but twice the scrum half grabbed it back, and Quins have grabbed the try, and they have grabbed the lead.
Stunning burst through the middle from Tapawai. Knows this defence well, having played in it, and just shrugs off the attention of Max Green. Good recovery from Freddie Burns, who wasn't in the best position. And then the clown himself with the juggling act. Danny Kerr, superb finish. Just what the Quins needed.
Look at that. Danny Kerr, 52 tries, and some other mug who played here a few years ago as well. That'll mean a lot to him, slightly less to the bloke who's alongside me.
I'm thrilled for him. Well done.
You can hear it in your voice. That's been a great response from Quins. Conversion, 10-5.
But it all starts with a quick tap for Danny Kerr, and then Ben Tapawai, who's actually combined so well, makes his way through. But watch the effort of Danny just to stay in the game. Offload, almost gets away from him. Classic dive. He's been on fire this season. Second try this year.
For me, Tapawai's ability to take on first one player, Anthony Peronise, and then step out of his channel and accelerate. So Max Green covering up he's not thinking I'm going to be making a tackle here. He's thinking Peronice's got him. He can't get his feet sorted, and the footwork of that man, absolutely sensational.
Well, you talked about those two 12s ahead of the match and the impact that they might make. Ben Tapawai for Quins and Jamie Roberts for Bath. Both have made impacts early on in the first 15 minutes.
Freddie Burns is standing really flat. You just wonder if they're going to put an air and assault up here. Homer in the outside channel.
Instead, on the bounce, it's Singer takes on Walker. Walker with a lot of help from Joe Marchant. Slowed down Singer. Now Simmons comes in with a big hit on Stoop.
Our feet not supporting your own weight.
Tackle, penalty against Elia.
I think Robshaw had 2 little dabbles at it, didn't he? Didn't quite get it first go, let go and came back at it. Elia and Robshaw come in as a double team. Robshaw, hands go past the ball, leaves it and then scoops it back again.
Yeah, the AR will stay put. If they move off the mark, it's up to me.
Bustling Samoan, who's starting at the beginning of the season. Rob Buchanan amongst the injured. Joe Gray, who's headed to Northampton. Dave Ward on the bench this afternoon. He gets this, it will bring up 100 Premiership points for Freddie Burns and Bath. I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer to hit that landmark. Mercer halfway, held on to by Earl. Roberts, this is Willison, here goes Homer. They've made decent ground. Charteris tries to thump out a little bit more. Burns, oh, it's been intercepted by Chisholm, and Burns will hair back and Underhill will hair back, but the quality of the pass will decide if it's a try. The pass was quality, Marchant gets the try.
That's brilliant from Chisholm, because he didn't panic. He knew he didn't have the wheels to get there himself, he just needed to create the opportunity for Marchant. But Freddie Burns, they've been playing so well out of the back, he's always got that decision to go flat at the line or out the back. You can see Willison drifting around the backs as a potential option. He just hesitates a second, and that gives Chisholm the opportunity. And he arcs his run, takes out Underhill, and then once the ball's safely in Marchant's hands, there's only going to be one result. You can see that decision-making process, that slight hesitation. That's all that man needs. That's a lovely floated ball over the top.
Oh, the frustration. And the apology as well. He knows, playing with ambition, but in the end it's that set of supporters who are celebrating Joe Marchant's try. Interesting season ahead for Joe Marchant. Manu Tuolangi, Alex Lazowski, Henry Slade, who started at 13 for England in the Test matches. All options, but Marchant would certainly like to be part of that conversation. It's another 5-point score, not a 7-point one, but the lead is now 10.
Yeah, it's an absolute sucker punch here. Not the best of balls, but Elliot Stoop puts his hands up in the air, which actually makes it a little bit easier for the defence. Runner inside's not really an option, so all James Chisholm has to do is get into that passing lane and then have the awareness to feed the speed in Marchant. Really good. I'll tell you what, it's a try that will please Paul Gustard more than anything, because it's a try that started from defence.
I agree, and the other thing about both their tries is they've taken their opportunities. I know that's a fairly stock standard one and it should be scored every time really, but we've seen them not scored, and it's making sure you'll get 4 or 5 cast iron opportunities in a game to score a try usually, and your ability to do that is what sets you apart.
Okay, use it.
Henry Thomas is back on for Bath. He's had his cut attended to. Anthony Peronise has made way, and this man is on as well. Aled Brew has replaced Tom Homer. We assume that is simply for injury. We'll get that confirmed, but Brew is on. Here goes Singer. Oh, that's beautifully done to find Willison. Runs into a little bit of space, but it was occupied by opposing shirts. Then the white ones arrived in numbers. Beyond Dunn to Burns, thinks about the kick. Rockinganguni will chase onto it, and it's been lost. There are Quins shirts there, and in the end,
taken over by Quins.
Well, did just enough, but he's taken the ball over the try line. And it'll be a Bath attacking scrum.
Rockinganguni appealing there. Really bright decision, though, from Freddie Burns. Saw Nathan Earl had been receiving treatment. Just as he gets back up, the ball's dropped on his head. He maybe not quite with it, not quite in the position he wanted to be in, puts him under massive pressure. But good alertness from Burns, trying to make amends for that pass.
I know you used to hide rather sneakily behind physios and trainers sometimes to pretend you weren't on the pitch. That was the opposite example, getting some treatment and the heat being put on you.
Absolutely, it was really good identification from Freddie Burns, seeing that he's in trouble. And do you know what, even if he does catch it, he gets hit, he gets put back, he gets put back again.
He used to hide behind physios at the training ground as well, so he didn't have to go on.
Just on a Tuesday.
Tom Homer definitely injured.
He will come across.
Away last season. Anthony Watson, who was with us on Wednesday evening for the Rugby Tonight programme, nursing his Achilles. So 1 or 2 issues for Bath at fullback right now. Meantime, some significant defensive issues here for Quins. Bath put in 5-metre scrum. Jeremy Roberts may well be interested. Rockinganguni perhaps down that slither on the right-hand side. No, it is Roberts. Just a little bit low for him. It slowed him down. Another penalty coming for that collapsed scrum. Mercer.
Move away!
How many bodies that Harlequins had to lose to stop Mercer, though. They can go quickly now. They can tie a lot of those defenders in.
It's Mercer who was held up just short.
Luke, two options. You've got the scrum penalty over there, or you've got 4 offside right here. Captain said over here.
What's behind that decision?
Well, the first 2 lineouts, they drove pretty well.
Collapsing.
So I think he's probably going to say, stick it in the corner, Fred. I fancy this.
Luke, no one in front, okay? Quins. Let them down and attack the ball carrier over this.
So they're the 2 things the referee's looking for. No one from the Bath side getting in front of the jumper and blocking the route to the ball and letting them down before you compete.
Dunn finds Charteris, is held onto by Thomas, but he couldn't hold his footing. And Max Green organising the troops. Driven on by Ellis. And now Mercer, who was close a second or so ago. Oh, look at the power from Mercer. Oh, he scored. Oh, the muscle and the determination from Zach Mercer. He's looking to be more dominant in the collision this season. Exhibit A.
That's brilliant. It's the outside line, so he knows if I run across, these first guys that make contact are going to stay in. The boys outside are frightened of what might happen outside. They don't want to jam in and stop the momentum, so he can just ride the challenge, keep the leg drive going. 1, 2 big supporting players from his centres. Willison and Roberts come in, drive him over the line, and then it's just a case of wrestling that ball down. Really bright line. People questioning why he's in ahead of Falatau today. Maybe it is just rested, but they don't lose much.
Yeah, switch from 6 to 8 today for Mercer. And he scored the try that's been converted.
Oh, it's quality, isn't it? It's just sheer power. Like you said, Ben, it's that in-to-out line, targeting some of those inside backs. Good latch on from Willison and Roberts, and the dexterity to be able to manage his body to get the ball down. He is a class act, as is he.